Hello. Hello. Wait a minute. Wait. Ah. Hello, everyone. Hello, and happy Valentine's Day. I know we're all excited for this time of year. It is the time where lovers, both big, small, get together and they do things. So, hold on. Welcome to the video. Hold on. Moving the table. Oh, magic. No. Hello, welcome to another video. Welcome to me, your host. My name is in fact Mediaphile. I'm so happy all of you have found this channel. I'm so happy all of you have found this video. I am here to speak about a few things today. Some few things that perhaps get on my nerves, maybe a rant or two. But the focus of this day will most likely be for the season you call Valentine's Day. And for what is done in my realm and the things that are very quite interesting. So first of all, I'm sure you all noticed. My candles are in. They look marvelous. Look, hold on. Bam! Damn! Woo! It is nice. Perfect for this type of year. Hold on. Perfect for this time of year. Perfect for the season of giving. No, seriously though. I have these candles here. They provide a lot more light. You get to see this a lot more. I still have my trinkets, my challenge that I believe I posted in the video before this, or I believe before you even see this one. Now I was sorry, excuse me. Center, hold on. There we go. So I was proposing to perhaps send this, I believe, for Valentine's Day, and perhaps I will. So most likely you will probably receive this probably right after the other one I upload. It was a busy week for me, don't judge me. I have a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on. But hello, welcome to another video. I am so happy to have you here. First of all, disclaimer to all of those who are watching this for the first time. Hello, this is me. I feel like I've gone through this already. But without, I guess, what's it called? Beating around the bush, as it were. This is a channel for all of us who are new here, where I pretty much talk, voice some things. I do have some projects in the works. As you can see, things are progressing at a pretty nice rate. I actually rather like this. I might actually talk like this to the side. Let me know if you prefer this or not. I care, but it's really nice. But just for all of you to notice, this channel is an escape for all of us. It is an escape. It is a chance for all of us to get to know one another a lot better. It is a chance for all of us to understand how I work, how majors work, how all of us deal with, certain things in our lives. And so, the sort of things that happen during this time. So I believe the last video that I perhaps uploaded in regards to this one may have been about childhood memories and the things that I saw. And I believe I played to you a little tune. I hope all of you enjoyed that from here. But no, it is something that I thought was very nice, all of us to consider our childhoods for what they make us. And that also has a pretty nice segue into our adolescence, or perhaps our adulthood, where a lot of things happen. Puberty, all of those things. So without further more delay, like I said, this is a safe place. And this is something for all of us to just be honest. I talk whatever. If you get offended, I'm sorry, but you clicked on this thing to begin with, so it's partially your fault. But first of all, a lot of things have been happening lately. A lot of people have concerns about whatever. I'm not going to talk about them because I'm pretty sure there are hundreds of other channels that are probably discussing these issues right now. What I am talking to you about are the things that matter. Like, like me, like what I go through my world and everything else that I see and that I, go through myself or whatever. But, in any case, Valentine's Day, yes! So, we're going to start talking about Valentine's Day. I'm sure all of you have your own origins as to where it came from, what you do. Valentine's Day, believe it or not, was something quite new to my realm, something after we observed in your realm. If I believe correctly, that's not entirely true. We did have something like this, but it wasn't really geared just towards, two lovers or anything else. There's actually an old mythological legend in my realm that I may tell you about in just a bit. But when it comes to Valentine's Day, from what I understand, and from what I read, I didn't do a whole bunch of, information about this because I like this to be as genuine as possible, as informative, and perhaps entertaining, as it were, off the cusp, as I've always talked about in my recordings. But when it comes to Valentine's Day, I believe this happened a very long time ago. In a certain city, I believe it was more of the western side, not here. I'm talking about, things like Greece or Rome or whatever. I'm not certain. But apparently there was a sort of person who many people have, I believe, named Saint Valentine. Forgive me if I don't know the history too well. Like I said, I'm not from this place. I've only heard what other people have told me. And so I've been incredibly busy, not being able to probably do my proper research. But perhaps if you feel like you do something better, please feel free to let me know in the comments and educate me thoroughly. But according to what I have, I guess, heard, there was a person, a saint or whatever, known as Valentine, who was apparently doing these marriages or ceremonies in secret to these societies that perhaps, wasn't, I guess, too welcoming in the idea of marriage or perhaps any two people being together. And so he performed marriages or rites of uniting two people together. And some people have issues with that. I personally don't care because it's not me. It's not you either. Or maybe it is, hello, welcome. But it's just something like that. So, but I thought, you know what? Valentine's Day is pretty much already here. It could be even today, depending on when you see this video. But depending on when I upload it. I certainly don't know the details myself. But what I can say is that all of us are very excited and we are all waiting for the special thing that perhaps our person of interest would give us. So, for example, in my realm, I want to go into this, we do have a celebration. It is known as the unification of Mythalis. The unification of Mythalis was a person named after, well, pretty much some sort of element that I'm sorry, this cape is ridiculous. I honestly, look, I know I told you in the last video I was probably going to stand up for this, but honestly, I was like, you know what, but I feel like the camera looks a lot better when I sit down. The background, yes, you like it. It is pretty much what I thought would line up a bit better, would look a lot better. So, yes, I did shave. So, hello rings. So, I thought this would look nice. You get to see the icon a lot more in the background, a lot more ambient. I hope you enjoy it, love it, perfect. But, so, Mythalis, believe it or not, was a man who lived approximately, I believe, 4,000 years ago, according to your world standards. My realm is a lot older than yours, so it's probably a lot farther back. But Mythalis was a person. He was actually a high schooler when the thing started. So, back then, we had these things called tourneys. Tourneys are sort of tournaments that people hold in place to test a person's skill. It wasn't anything barbaric like what the Greeks or Romans had, where they pretty much did things in a way for entertainment, blood sport, things of that nature. Something that is really not that civilized, at least in my realm, during that time. But back in my realm, Mythalis, he had pretty much the idea of having something special for the person he cared about. I do not know who the person was in his relationship. Some people say it was a woman, others say it was a man, others say it was himself because he was rather narcissistic. I don't know. But in my realm, this day is not really known as Valentine's Day. It is known as Mythalica. Mythalica, or Mythalica, or whatever, or however you pronounce it, is in memory of Mythalis, who pretty much started it first. What he decided to do was he pretty much, at this tourney, he wanted to prove himself to the person he cared about very deeply. During that time, like I said before in the previous video, mages were pretty much, given arranged marriages during that time. It was a rite of passage, and it was something for the families to, I guess, maintain their bloodlines, with magic or things in power. And it looked rather nice in mage society. It was something that was widely accepted. Not everyone did this practice, but it was something that was welcome, something that was normalized after maybe, I don't know, a lot of centuries. Then after a while, people started to do away with the whole idea of arranged marriages, but these things sort of happen anyway. They sort of just, they still happen. It's still something that is, done. But usually nowadays they ask for the couple's consent whether or not this was something done under duress or if it was something that they approve of as well. Because by not accepting the marriage, I believe as something genuine, at least for the two lovers in question, there could be conflict in the manner. We actually had an incident that occurred perhaps, probably, maybe, I believe it was 800 years ago. I wasn't alive by then, not that old. Hello. But apparently, there was this young couple. They were arranged for marriage. Neither of them liked each other whatsoever. The parents were like, look, this is for the betterment of our family, for the betterment of our statures. Our two families will unite, come together, and it will become, not really an empire or anything like of that sort. It was just something to, for financial reasons, stability, for whatever. Both the mages in question were promising people at the time, at the academy, at the magisterium. So both were like, look, if these two got united, think of the bloodline that would come from that. Think of how much of a, a new story would be like. And so they would try to force these two to go together, to attend certain soirees and parties and siestas, all of that sort of thing. So apparently, it was done against their will. And I don't know, they tried to do, I guess, a bonding ritual. It was sort of banned now. It did involve some blood at the time, but apparently after the bonding ritual was complete, there was perhaps a scare that happened. Apparently, the ritual itself was only, I guess, going to work efficiently if both the parties, I guess, were fine and accepted the marriage. If one or both said no and didn't agree with it, the ritual would then backfire. So this was something that was done in a temple of sorts to a patron god known as, I believe, we've had many gods here over time. I believe the god was known as Lumasa. I believe it was it Lumasa or was it Kegol? I don't know, but it was one of these. It was a long time ago. So apparently, according to this ritual, the spirits were also involved, and the spirits knew that both the couples didn't want to be together. So by doing this binding ritual in the temple, as they did, the spirits sort of manifested within the temple and sort of ransacked the place. The people that were there were sort of mauled, sort of by these abhorrent spirits. And the couple actually ended up, I guess, some say the couple died in the temple. Others say that one of the couple transformed into a strange creature and killed the other one. Some say that one of them was always a monster the whole time, masquerading, and the family lied about them being a legitimate child, and it created this whole controversy. The point is, it didn't really work, so we don't really do too many arranged marriages anymore, unless if the people that are both being married agree to it. So there's that whole thing. But back to Methalis. So Methalis was a person, during this time we had the tourney. Methalis wanted to, I guess, impress this, I'm assuming it was a girl. Like I said, some people say it was a man, some people said it was himself. He wanted to prove himself to whoever. But the point is, we had this tourney. The person that would win this tourney would, I guess, be honored through our society as an honorary mage. They would be given the station of Magus Electus. So Magus Electus would be pretty much in, this sort of, I guess, and how you understand it, they would be the elected mage official of the tourney. They would essentially be the honorary mage throughout the entire year. So it was something that was an honorable sort. However, this specific tourney was something that was held I believe it was every 50 years or so. So after you win the tourney, you would have the accolades of that tourney for 50 years. And so you'll be invited back as an honorary judge. Or if you prefer, you could also retain your rights as champion. And then you would face this tourney as a champion. And if you succeeded this tourney, you were then given the honorary position of Archmagus of the tourney. So you pretty much have the seat, I believe the privilege to attend every single tourney from that point on as a judge. So, but that wasn't really his aim. So what he wanted to do was that he wanted to, I guess, perform right for this tourney, for whoever this person he cared about most. So, according to the legends and according to what they were doing, I'm sorry, it's a bit dark. I know. I'm still struggling with this. I'm still struggling with the lighting here. Like I said, I'm in my dungeon still because my parents insist, and some other people nearby, that I am being a bit too loud. I have to be a bit more quiet. So I was like, look, I was pushed into the dungeon against my own will. I promised you. But no, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm dragging this out. But no, so Methodically goes through this tourney, and the tourney was set with, I believe it was 5 competitions. The first one would be through physical prowess. The second one would be magical application. The third one would be your first bout with, I believe, a beast of choice. Sometimes it was minotaurs, other times it was dragons. It got that bad, yeah. And you know how I feel about dragons. So I'm joking, Peter, I'm joking. Look, if you're a dragon, hi, how are you? Yes, welcome to another YouTube channel. My name is Mediaphile. For this, but no, thank you for tuning in, seriously. But no, so listen up. So for this tourney, and so that was the third one. The fourth one, you would fight like the lead contender of the matches. So you will fight this. So the 5th round, if it wasn't the champion, you will face one of the judges themselves. If you win, then you become Magus Electus. If you win again after you retain your championship, you then become Arch Magus. You know, so and all those things of the tourney. Okay, so apparently this person that they liked was in the thing. So apparently they would be betrothed to somebody else. And apparently, according to what we were told and according to what we know, Methalis, he actually spoke to, I believe, one of the members in the family and said, look, if I win this tourney, I want your daughter or your sons or whatever, hand in marriage or whatever. We need to get together. So, and apparently, you know, he had a relationship with this person beforehand, before the deal was done. So the parents were like, okay, if you can impress us, then perhaps we can let you in on the family or whatever. Because status, let me tell you something. In Maine society, status is nearly everything. It goes through bloodlines. It goes through financial stability. It goes through businesses, empires, all of that thing. The thing I spoke to you about curses and blessings, they are all held within the blood. So whenever these sort of things happen in our realm, it was very important. So an accordance was struck between the parties. And so he decided to enter the tourney to prove himself. So he passes it pretty fine. The first thing was a feat of physical strength. So believe it or not, in my realm, and I know it's something here that's not really quite common, but mages have to be in tip-top form. If you're going to represent your clan, your family, if you're going to represent your city or whatever you're doing, you need to be in top physical form and condition. Believe it or not, a lot of magics can be quite taxing on the body, and if your body is not physically fit, if your core is not shaped to an adequate amount, the magic you possess or use could crush you or perhaps could backfire. Believe it or not, a person's physical strength can also determine how much mana they're able to I guess, attain or, I guess, withhold. The issue with mana is that mana is mostly residing within a person's core, within a person's spirit. But in my realm, like I said, the laws are quite different. So you have to take all of these things into consideration. But apparently, hello again. This tournament happens, you know, and honestly, I don't really want to bore you with the details. But, he goes through this bout. He nearly died, I believe, in the 3rd, when it came to fighting, I think, a monster of a certain type. So, but he made it. Then the 4th one, he had to fight another mage. Now, it was a very fitting battle. And believe it or not, this other mage was paid by the family to pretty much take the girl or the boy or whatever, because the mage could have been, I don't know. I can say it's that far long ago. I don't know what it was. Male or female, I don't know. But the point is that this person was contracted by the family without the other person, without Methalis knowing. So they pretty much paid a pretty penny to ensure that this person survives and takes the daughter's hand. However, they were not expecting the surprise from Methalis. Apparently, Methalis had prepped beforehand and had performed a certain ritual that by then was not illegal. Now it is. To enhance certain features of his, you know, magical abilities as well as his physical abilities, which is why he was able to, you know, surpass the first few rounds. Methalis, from what we can tell, his hair was of a fairer kind, a dirty blonde, I believe, if you want to be technical. He wasn't terribly tall. He wasn't the most impressive looking person, but apparently he was a close friend of whoever he wanted to be betrothed to. So he knew that the only way he'd be able to win this tourney is if he underwent these changes. So Methalis, he goes to this type. He narrowly escapes with his life after knocking the other person unconscious. Then afterwards came the final bout, which was pretty much a fight against the current champion. Now, the champion at this time, before it was banned afterwards, was, believe it or not, I believe the champion at that time was actually a dragon. It was, you know, because dragons are able to, I believe, turn again, like I said. I don't take dragons in that manner, but you see, they're always involved. They're always involved. Every time. The tourney, believe it or not, was being sponsored by a wealthy family who turned out to be dragons. The champion also turned out to be a dragon. How is this an accident? It wasn't an accident. And people look at me and say, you're a hateful bastard who doesn't like dragons. No, I never said I didn't like dragons. Well, I did. But it wasn't in that manner. But now you see why. Because in every effect, you think of everything else. They invest their money. They invest their gold. They always have their hands in all of it. If you're a dragon, don't take the fact. I'm just, like I said, I'm ranting. Like I said, the video about me roasting mages, that's going to come. Don't worry about it. I am very open-minded about a lot of things. So, in this tourney, Methalis fights the champion. He used almost all of his reserves of mana. So the ritual that he performed essentially gave him enhanced mana reserves and also enhanced strength, which was very fortunate considering he had to fight a bloody dragon. Now, Mythalis was not a battle mage like I am. A battle mage is a person that is trained, that is conditioned to fight both physical and magical, beings or creatures. If we have to fight knights, we have to be prepared for that. We have to fight dragons, we have to be prepared for that. We have to fight the mages, we have to be prepared for that. We have to do all of these things. It's a very rigorous training that you actually train for about, I think it was 15 years of core training. The younger you are in dog training, the easier it is for you to, I guess, excel and everything else. I went in at a later date, but I was a freak of nature, so I was given the title of War Mage. You're welcome. Yes. So, yes, I'm about whatever. But so Mythalis goes in this fight, right? And according to legend, according to mythology, the dragon person was pretty much just quick as a flitter. He was everywhere. He was all over the place. He even transformed at one spot, but it was allowed. So this young boy, or whatever, Mythalis, he sort of, got up and he pretty much summoned his strength, and he was assisted by a spirit that he was with at the time. So the spirit itself manifested within him and gave him enhanced abilities and powers. Now, like I said, this was technically allowed by the tournament standards. There was a lot of things that would change during that time. But considering he was fighting a dragon person at the time, unbeknownst to many people, but this was allowed, he was justified in his actions, and technically it wasn't against the rules. So it was a gruesome fight. They both nearly died. But then, before Mythalis, I guess, was killed by whatever, he pretty much, the time ran out. The time went out. It was actually, well, some say the time went out, other ones say the other judges stepped in, because it was something that I guess was unprecedented, and he was still very young. But they did things by points, like they do in boxing and everything else, the things you hit or whatever. But our type of thing is a bit different. But long story short, Mythalis ended up becoming the champion, and per the family's agreement, Mythalis ended up with the person he cared about the most. Unfortunately, after he was married, his wounds were quite gruesome, and he died. No, I'm joking. No, I'm sorry. Happy Valentine's Day. No, they both had fine, and they both pretty much lived together until the end of the days and everything else like that. The family didn't really recover much. The kids could have cared less about the family's finances, and the unfortunate part was the family's, I guess, heritage or whatever died out after a while. But hey, it was love, right? But no, so Valentine's Day is coming up, and here's part of my bad. A lot of you are probably getting in the mood, as it were, trying to take people out. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, it's making it quite difficult for people to get together. Majors don't really have this problem because we're not really affected by this virus in any case. But I know a lot of us out there are probably having issues with what's going on. So I'm not really a person of controversy, I'm not really a person of conspiracies, but I will say this. So apparently, you know how I believe that doctor in New York or whatever, the White House, Dr. Fauci. I'm not going to go too much into this, but you know how all of you were saying, they have the vaccine coming out, which is very exciting. Am I going to take it? I wouldn't need it because I'm immune to the virus. I'm a megalo. But apparently, he was like, okay, so we're going to have this vaccine, which you have to take a booster afterwards. I've never before heard of that. But apparently that's a thing in this world. So I'm like, okay, you're going to take a booster. And then afterwards, you still have to maintain 6 feet just to wear your mask. What? You're telling me that after I take the thing that is supposed to not matter in terms of distance or mask, I still have to not only wear a mask and maintain my distance. I have the vaccine. I mean, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's proof or anything else, but I was like, you know what that's like? That's like, and hello, I'm not sponsored, but that's like taking Viagra and being told by the doctor that you can't have sex. You're telling me that I have to not only take the vaccine, but even if I take the vaccine, I still have to wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart. Then why take the vaccine? To not get sick, I guess. But apparently you're not supposed to get sick if you're wearing your mask. But now they're saying that maybe you should wear 2 masks. So what? So one mask wasn't working. Is that what you're telling me? One mask wasn't working. I don't know, but that's quite interesting. But I will say this. So for Valentine's Day, believe it or not, I was actually asked by a person back home if I wanted to go out for dinner. And I was like, well, I'm not really in the mood for, for dinner. I'm in the real world right now. But he was like, wait, was it a he? Was it? No. Oh my God, I can't remember. No! Wait. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm thinking about something else. No, apparently, it was a woman that my parents were not only talking to. Because they were like, look, you're lonely. We want grandchildren. I'm like, none of your business. So apparently this girl, I'm joking. They didn't do that. There was this random person from school. She was like, oh my God, I love him. He was so funny. He was so awesome. He was all powerful. He was sexy. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But now she was like, would you care to go for a date, love? And I was like, you know what? It's a date. I was like, who's buying? And she was like, I am. I was like, splendid. Yay, equality. I'm not paying for shit ever again. You want to go out with this, mate? You want some of this? You have to pay up, love. I'm sorry. My schedule is too much. There's so many people lining up to have a date with me, to have a bite to eat, to have a special time together. Oh, but she was marvelous. Apparently her name was Trisha. I believe I met her a couple years ago, back when we had a reunion at my academy. I believe it was the anniversary of, believe it or not, it was the anniversary of Valentines. I was like, wow, what are the Valentine's Day, right? Oh my God. It's like, I don't know. I did not plan this. I swear to the maker, to whatever God, I swear to Pahalu. I did not plan this at all. So, hold on. It's a bit dark, isn't it? I'm sorry. My master's, I think, very stupid. But seriously though, apparently I met her quite some time ago. And she was like, you know what? We actually had a very good conversation the last time we met. Would you care to have a date again? I was like, okay, sure. So I was like, so where we want to have? She's like, well, I'm taking you out. Where do you want to go? I was like, well, I always wanted to go to, I believe it was the Queen's ass. I'm not joking. We have an actual, well, is it a lounge bar? I don't know. It's a very high-end place called the Queen's ass. So, I know you look, what? No. I'm like, yes, we do. It's a privately owned business. Support small businesses. But no, the Queen's I always wanted to go, and she had a very nice personality, a lovely woman. I was like, I would be delighted to, have this privilege of going on a date with you. I was like, certainly. So I'm actually, for Valentine's Day, I'm actually going to go back to my realm for a bit, and I'm going to go on a date with this woman, just to, see how things turn out, I'm not expecting anything too grand. I have my own plans and everything else, so, but she knows I'm doing this. Oh my God. Actually, she probably watches this. You know what? I won't speak on it. I won't speak on it in case she's like, hello, subscribe, love. Subscribe, Trisha. No, but Trisha, she's a nice person. She's actually a brunette. She loves to wear red. And everything. Who wears red anymore? No, but she was absolutely lovely. No, but yes, so I'm kind of excited for that. I haven't really been on a date in, wow, I think it's been almost 80 years. Wow. I need to get out some things, So, I'm kind of excited about it. I honestly can't wait. But without further more delay, thank you so much for listening to another video. I thank you, all of you, for tuning in, to seeing me, to witness my grandeur, my dive into madness. I'm so happy for all of you to be here. I wish you all the love and all the blessings of Valentine's Day, for everything else. Pahalu look over you. Pahalu bless you. And honestly, keep you safe. And I know a lot of us are having issues. A lot of us aren't sure what to do for Valentine's Day. A lot of us might get a bit upset. But don't worry, love, because I'm here for you. Yes. My love, my passion, my power is here at your disposal. And if you want something for Valentine's Day, or perhaps if you would like to take me out on a date, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Will I answer? I don't know. Maybe send me pictures. But no, honestly, thank you so much for being here. I wish you all the best, all the love, and remember if this is your special night, make sure you use a lot of lubricants or lotion. Believe it or not, if it's dry, it can cause some issues. And I'm talking about the toilet. Because all the chocolates are going to make you want to shit your lungs out. Anyways, thank you so much. And